Live. So review. Today's date is 2/14. Yes, it's Valentine's Day. Okay, so here we go. So, right off the bat, it says classify first in standard form, identify the degree, the leading coefficient. So, standard form, problem number one. There's only one term, so you don't need to rewrite it. There's only one term. So, standard form is just the -6 r to the fourth. If we had more terms, we'd have to rewrite some things if we had more terms, okay? The degree is always the largest exponent. In this case, the degree is 4. Leading coefficient is the number in front. That's a -6. And it's called a monomial. It is super easy. And everybody should be able to get that right, okay?
Wait, what does the SF mean?
Standard form, right? Chris, you're going to want one of these, okay? Chris, there you go. Okay, everybody good on that? Thumbs up, right? Luke, can you see it?
Yeah, I can see it.
Okay, there you go, slide up, okay. Okay, number 2. So number 2, we got to rewrite it. Go standard form, we put the biggest. That's the biggest because we go by the exponent. So we're going to go g to the second minus 2g plus 4, okay? Good, Chris. You got it? So the biggest is the g squared because of the exponent, okay? Then the next one is the g, then the 4, okay?
Wait, what does the LC stand for?
It's a leading coefficient, okay? The degree is 2 because the degree is simply the biggest exponent. That's all, okay? The leading coefficient, well, there's a 1 here. We don't normally write the 1, but the 1 is the first number leading the pack. So leading coefficient's 1. Classify, the name is 1, 2, 3 terms, so we call it a trinomial. Trinomial. Okay? Thumbs up. You guys can do this, right? You guys can do this, right? Okay, slide over number 3. How am I doing? How am I doing? Number 3. Okay, I'll wait for you to get it. Everybody have this written down? Okay, number 3. So, in number 3, that's my biggest term. So I write that first. -3/8 n to the 5th. And then this is the next biggest because we go by its exponents. Then we're going to go plus a 1/4 n to the 3rd. Okay? So we write it in order from the biggest exponent. Biggest exponent. That's biggest, then that's, okay? The degree is the biggest exponent, so the degree is 5. The leading coefficient's just the number in front of the first. It's just the -3/8. That's leading the charge. The leading coefficient's -3/8. Classify. Yeah, it's a binomial. It has 2 terms. Thank you, Michael. It's a binomial. Okay? Thumbs up. Okay, you guys can do this, can't you? Shouldn't be hard. In fact, this first few questions doesn't even look like math. It looks more like English or something, doesn't it, right? Okay. All right, number 4. So, in number 4, which is the biggest term? Which is the biggest term? Yeah, because of the 4, right? Because of the exponent of 4. So, 2a to the 4. The next biggest is the...
8.18.
Yep. 8.18 to the 3rd, and then finally we'll go minus 1.6a, right? The degree is the biggest exponent. That's my 4. My leading coefficient's the number in front, which is the 2. I have 1, 2, 3 terms, so it's a trinomial. Okay? You guys can do this, right? Tomorrow, everybody can do this, right? Okay, number 5. Okay, so we got to be a little bit careful, positive, negatives, but if you have troubles with positive, negatives, just use a calculator. But 5, so 3x squared and a minus 1x squared just makes a 2x squared, right? And a 7 plus 2 is a 9. Combine like terms. We just add them together, right? So I got, it's just addition. Right. Who said that? That's perfectly right. It's just addition. Yeah, you did say it. Number 6. So when I do subtract, okay, I want to be careful.
From a negative, you actually add.
You gotta be careful of the double negatives, right? So I'm gonna do this first. It'd be a negative. So I'm gonna bring the negative through. That's what I do first. I bring the negative through. So I'm gonna rewrite this as a negative n squared plus 5. Plus 5 because negative with a negative makes positive, right? So I did that first. I haven't combined it. But whenever I see a subtract, I bring the negative through because it helps me, okay? Negative 4n and a negative 1n makes a negative 5n squared. Okay? Negative 5n squared. This is the only n term, plus 2n, so just plus 2n. This is the only constant, so plus 5. That's it. So we're really, in the end, just adding. Once we bring through the negative through, we just go ahead and add, okay? How am I doing?
Great.
Okay, good. All right, number 7. I'm going to do the same thing. I see the negative. I see the negative. I'm going to bring the negative through, okay? That's the first thing I'm going to do, okay? So, negative 2h squared plus 2h. And then I'm going to bring the negative through. Negative 2h squared. Cooper said positive 5h minus 12, okay? So whenever I see this subtract, I'm like, I don't do very well with double negatives. So I just push the negative through, okay? Now let's combine. Negative 4h squared. Squared, okay? Positive 7h minus 12, okay? How am I doing?
Great.
Just be careful of the negative ones. You don't have to take my trick, but I really like to push the negative through first because then I don't make the mistakes on the double negatives, okay? Okay, number 8. Let's take a look at 8. So now we're just adding. We're just going to add. So I've got a 1m, that's like a 1m squared, minus 2m squared makes a negative 1m squared. I've got a negative 2mn plus a 1mn makes a negative 1mn. So just combine that. Put those two together. Okay, put those two together. And now the n squared is all by itself, right? N squared is all by itself, so I go plus n squared. Okay, we can do this tomorrow, can't we?
Yes.
We can do this. Okay, ready to turn the page? Okay, turn the page. Okay, here we go. Okay, number 9. Okay, this is FOIL. Okay, real quick. X times X. Good, let's say it one more time. X times X. There we go. So X times X is X squared, right? X times 4 is a positive 4x, right? 5 times x, a positive 5x. 5 times 4 is a positive 20, right? So just I did my first outside, inside, last. These two terms are the same. X squared plus 9x plus 20. Done. Answer. We can do this.
Yeah, we can.
Number 10. Am I going too fast? 10, okay. Slide over 10. Same thing. We're going to FOIL. So, 4 times 3d is a 12d. 4 times a negative 7 is a negative 28.
Wait, what?
Yep.
Oh, yeah, I knew that.
Negative 2d times a 3d is a negative 6d squared, because d times d is d squared. And negative 2d times negative 7. Negative times negative is a positive 14d.
Yeah, those two like terms together.
There you go, Ben. I should let Ben do the teaching. So, here's my negative 6d first.
Oh, my God.
Right? 12d, 14d makes a positive 26d minus 28. Okay? So you combine the d's. You combine the d's to make the 26. Okay? All right? Thumbs up so far? Okay, good. Slide over. Number 11. Okay, so number 11 is, you ready for this? It is superfoil. Superfoil, because it's big. Because it's superfoil. You right? Want to see it? Y times y squared is y cubed. Y times 3y is a positive 3y squared. Okay? Y times 4 is a negative 4y. But we got a superfoil, right? Only half of it's done. So we're going to superfoil. So I get a 6 times y squared is a positive 6y squared. And I like to line them up. Y squares with y squares. Just makes it easy for me to go ahead and combine them when I'm done. 6 times 3y is a positive 18y, right? And finally, 6 times a negative 4 is a negative 24. So by lining them up, y squares with y squares, y with y's. Then when it comes to adding them, then I got it all lined up. Makes it easy for me. Bring down my y cubed. That'll make a positive 9y squared. This will be a positive 14y minus 24. There's my superfoil, huh?
Wait, why is there a 9 y?
3 plus 6?
Where'd you get the 3?
I got it right
Oh, okay, yeah.
there. Okay. Okay, number 12. How am I doing so far? Good? I will. Absolutely. Okay, you ready for 12? Take it, I'll wait for you. Okay, slide over. Okay, number 12. Just another FOIL problem, okay? You ready? 5z times 5z is a 25z squared, right? Z times z. Z times z. 5z times 3 is a positive 15z. Negative 3 times 5z is a negative 15z. And negative 3 times negative 3 is a negative 9. Am I going slowly enough? Okay. Now, what I like is these two just cancel each other out, huh? Boom, boom, gone, right? 15z, negative 15z, gone. So what am I left with? 25z squared minus 9. Boom, done. Now, okay, number 13, it says solve. It says solve, right? It says solve. It says solve. So when I solve, I should get x equals, but I'm going to get two answers, okay? So before I do 13, though, it's not in factored form. So we got to factor. That's what we did yesterday, okay? We got to factor. So go back to common factor. What do they have in common? What the heck? What?
A 3x.
Okay, Ben says they have a 3x in common. Would you guys agree with that? Both terms have a multiple of 3, and both terms have an x. So we common factor out the 3x. So if I pull the 3x out of the first term, I just left with an x. And if I divide a 3 out of the 12, I'd have a 4. But I took out the x. Now again, if you have difficulty factoring, you can take the time, go back and say, wait a minute, is this right? Well, you can go backwards, check it. 3x squared, yeah. Minus 12x, yeah. So, remember, we got many equations, so we factor. I got my many, remember my many equations, I'm going to go my many equations. I got 3x equals 0. And I got x minus 4 equals 0, right? Now I solve. Okay, many equations. Divide by 3 is 0. Divided by 3 is just 0. So one answer is 0. plus 4. The other answer is 4. I got two answers, 0 and 4. That's probably one of the harder questions you'll have tomorrow because you'll have to factor first. But we've talked about it. I think you can do it, okay? Number 14. You ready for 14? Am I going too fast? I'll wait. Okay, I will wait for you, I promise, okay? I want you to do well, okay?
All right, we're waiting for an hour. Wow.
All right, cool. Okay, ready? Slide over. Now, I like 14. You know what I like 14? Shh, it's already factored. I like 15. It's already factored. I like 16. So if they're already factored, sweet. I'm just going to go straight to mini equations, okay? If it's already factored, let's go straight to our mini equations. So I'm going to write 6 minus y equals 0. And I'm going to write 6 minus y equals 0 again.
So then y equals -6, right?
No, positive
Oh,
6.
Negative y equals, okay.
Positive 6, yeah. Okay, so let's solve. Minus 6, right? I got a negative y equals a negative 6. Am I going okay? Right? And then if I want to get rid of the negative, let's just bring the negative over, right? And I get y equals positive 6. Or I could divide by negative 1, same thing. And I should get the exact same answer here because it's the exact same problem, right? I could do the same thing. I don't need to, but I'll do it again. I don't need to, but I'll do it again. Minus 6. Negative y equals negative 6. Divide by a negative, y equals 6. I did get two answers, but it was the same answer twice, okay? Now I want to show real quick, 14, watch. Ben, you'll appreciate this. 6 minus y equals 0. What if I bring the y over instead?
Then it's 6 equals negative y.
6 equals positive y, because you got to add the y, right?
Yeah.
Yep. Isn't that easier? Isn't that easier? Cool. There you go. Great minds, right? Great minds. Okay. All right, guys. Shh. Shh. All right, number 15. You ready? Listen up. How many p's do you see? How many answers are we going to have? 3. Smarty pants. All right, so we're going to have a 4p plus 3 equals 0. 2p minus 5 equals 0. And p plus 2 equals 0, right? So instead of 2 mini equations, we're going to have 3 mini equations, right? So let's solve. Minus 3, 4p equals negative 3, right? I'm just going to solve. I got to solve all 3. But first one. So minus 3, then I'm going to divide by 4, and that's just negative 3/4. Or if you want to use a calculator and give me a decimal answer, that's okay too. Negative 0.75, but negative 3/4 is easier, right? Okay, one answer. Second answer, plus 5, right? I get a 2p equals a 5, right? Plus 5, right? Divide by 2, 5 over 2. Or if you want a calculator answer and give me a 2.5, I'm okay with that too, okay? But 5 over 2 is easier, I think. Okay? I got two answers. Here comes the third. Minus 2, p equals negative 2. There's all 3 of my answers, okay? So if it's already in factored form, it's really easy. We just set up our little mini equations and we go from there, okay? Okay, 16. I've got 3 y's. I'm going to have 3 answers, right? I've got 3 y's. I should have 3 answers. Am I going too fast? No. Okay, so let's do a negative 5y equals 0. We'll do a y minus 9 equals 0. And we'll do a 3y plus 2 equals 0, okay? So just write out all 3 equations. And we know how to solve equations. If we don't, then we're in the wrong class. We need to go back to algebra. But, you know, we should know how to solve equations, right? Divide by negative 5, 0. Divided by anything is 0, right? Doesn't matter what you divide by. 0 divided by anything is always 0. So the answer is 0. There's 1 answer. Plus 9, y equals 9. Answer number 2. Answer number 3, first we'll go minus 2, 3y equals negative 2. Divide by 3, right? Divide by 3, negative 2/3. Here's my third answer. Got them all. Okay? So if it's already factored, it's easy. You guys agree? You just solve your equation. Super easy, okay? Now, 17. Here's our hard problem. But we can do this. We can do this. Let's check this out, okay? So, first of all, here's our picture down here. And write a polynomial that it represents the perimeter including. Okay, so the perimeter all the way around. So if I'm checking it out, you ready? I'm going to have, I want you to watch, right here, 16 plus 2x for the frame, right? And then this is probably 2x also, plus another 2x right here. So the width is 16 plus 2x, okay? The height has got to be the 20 plus this x, and then plus this bottom x, right? So let's see what I have, okay? So on the bottom, it's going to be a 16 plus 4x. Does that make sense, 16 plus 4x? Because I've got the 16 plus 2x, 16 plus the 2x because it's 2x. And then going up this way, it's going to be the 20 plus x, okay? Or 20 plus 2x. Okay, so if I want perimeter, I got to go, okay, this is a 16 plus 4x. This is a 20 plus 2x. So my perimeter is going to be this. Perimeter equals, ready? Let's add them all the way around. Perimeter is going to be 16 plus 4x plus 20 plus my 2x plus another 16 plus 4x, finally plus another 20 plus 2x. Okay, now I'll slide up so you can see it. Okay, here's my perimeter. So all I'm doing is adding all the way around. Okay, I'm going this side 16 plus 4x plus this side, because perimeter, right? 20 plus 2x plus this side my 16 plus 4x plus this side my 20 plus 2x. Okay. Now, yes, question, Mike.
Simplify
Tim.
that all down to like
You are like, you said that 3 seconds before I was going to say, yes, Tim's right. Let's tidy it up, right? Everybody agree? Let's tidy it up. Totally right, Tim. So a better answer, the answer I would like would be this. Let's go perimeter equals, let's see, we got 4, 5, 6 x's, 10, I got 12x. You guys add all the x's up. You see what I did? 4, and I get it. 6, another 4, so I get 12x plus 16 and 20. That's going to be a 36 plus another 36, 72 I think, plus 72. That is a better answer. You guys agree? That's the answer I want. Okay, much better. Okay. Okay, B. Okay, the area. So how about the area? Now the area is going to be length times width. So the area is going to be 16 plus 4x times 20 plus 2x. Okay? All right? So the area, length times width. So the area is just 16 plus 4x times 20 plus 2x. Now this is the hard problem, right? But you're going to have the exact same type of problem tomorrow. Slightly different, okay? So the good news is you already have this. You can use this to help you get the hard problem tomorrow, okay? Let's simplify this, okay? Let's see, I got a calculator in front of me, hopefully, one that works. 16 times 20, I don't know, 6 times, should be 320, right? Yeah, 320 plus 16 times 2x is a positive 32x. 4x times 20 is positive 80x. 4x times 2x is a positive 8x squared, right? I'm just simplifying it. A better answer would be area equals 8x squared. If I add those two, what's 80 plus 32? 112 x plus 320. Okay, that's a better answer, right? You guys agree? Better answer?
Yeah.
Okay. Now, last one. So, if the picture frame width is 2, so if x is 2, okay, if x equals 2, then let's just plug the 2 in, okay? For instance, if it's 2, I can put 2 right here and have this 20 plus 2 times 2, right? Which makes this side, and I'll use a different color here so you can see it. See, where's my red pen? I want to get my red pen out. Yeah, so you can see it. Okay, so I'm plugging in my 2 in for x. So this one's going to be 24. This is 24 inches. Okay. If I plug my 2 in here, I'll have my 16 plus 4 times 2. 16 plus 8. What's 16 plus 8? 24, right? And so if I want the full area, I'm going to go 24 times 24. What's that? 625. I don't know. It's 24 squared. 576 inches squared. Okay?
Wait, how did you do that?
And the area? Or you can just put it in there. Yeah, that's the easiest way for me is just make the equation, right? Yeah. Or the perimeter is going to be, and the perimeter is going to be just 4 times 24. About 96. Okay, so all I did, if you're confused, and maybe another way to do it is to check it out and do it this way. Okay, want to see it? Another way to do it? Can I show you another way? Okay, another way. Watch. Shh, shh, shh. So if this is going to be 2, and then that would be 4, right? Another way to do it is say, well, wait a minute, this is 20 plus 2 and 2, so this whole thing's going to be 24. This is going to be 16 plus 4 plus 4, right? Which makes 24, right?
16 plus 4 plus 4?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then you've got it. Perimeter's easy. 24 plus 24 plus 24 plus 24, right? Area is just 24 times 24. That's another way to do it. So that way, Cody, you said plug it into the x. That will work. But you don't need to plug it into the x, right? You can just put it into the picture. Okay? So, we've got